for all of the demonstrations in front of Jackie Lacey's office. And so we're going to ask Sister Helen.
Please, say it.
This is Keith's autopsy report. After they killed him, they walked up on him, and the last shot that Comlander did was in his buttocks.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Shameful. Shameful.
So we're going to ask Sister Helen to come up, the mother of John Horton.
Say his name. John Horton. Say his name.
John Horton.
Say his name.
John Horton.
You know what? Listen to everybody today. You know, I know where y'all been. I know where you at right now. Even though John been dead, March the 30th would be his anniversary. He'd be dead 9 years.
Oh, my God.
9 long years I've been fighting to try to get justice for John. So when I hear Lisa talking, I hear Valerie talking, I hear you talking, I'm hearing the fathers talk. I know where y'all at. I know it's hard to even believe like this is happening to me. I know that feeling. So it really, just listening to y'all today, just when I say it breaks my heart, because I know where you at 1 year later, 6 months later, 4 months, a month later, 2 weeks later, and you can't get no justice. John was 21 years old when he was locked up in Men's Central Jail. My baby's supposed to have been in medical, but they put my baby in solitary confinement. And I asked the judge in his last court appearance to give John a medical order. He got a medical order that day, but my baby still ended up in solitary confinement. And they put John down as a KP where he had to be moved by chain and by waist when he moved. But you supposed to be in a medical and got something from the judge stating for you to be in medical, but in the end you end up in solitary confinement. John was beat up on March the 4th and put in the hospital. When I called up there to try to go, I kept putting passes, try to see him, kept getting denied. When I finally, they told me, you know, you have to walk up the ladder. I wanted to speak to the watch commander. Like, no, you have to walk up the ladder. I said, okay, who I go to first? Let's walk up this ladder. The visit room sergeant, she said, I said, how long could this take, you know, for me to see my baby? She said it could take up to 2 months. And everybody in my family is like they lying. They doing something to him. Something going on. I said, where's my baby? She said, well, we don't know who to put him around. And, you know, we don't know, I don't know what happened to the mic, you guys, but they said we don't know who to put him around. So this could take up to 2 months. But everybody in my family have been in there, that friends that have been in there say, Helen, they doing something to John. They doing something to him. So I kept putting in visiting forms after visiting form after visiting form to see my baby. John turned 21 in the hole on March 20th. 10 days later, I still wasn't able to see my baby. My baby was dead 10 days later. So he turned 22 in that hole, and he died. Was beat to death in that hole. You know what? When they came out to tell me that my baby had hung himself, that was the last thing in the world I'm thinking they're going to come out to tell me he hung himself. You could have lied and told me he got stabbed. You could have lied and told me that he got killed by some inmates. You could have told me anything. But to try to lie and tell me that my baby, which y'all put him in, he had a fight. The next morning, what y'all gave him, he ripped that up and hung himself with that. That's what they tried to come out and tell me and my family. And Detective Bernstein and Detective Robert Harris, they knew when they came out to tell me about my son that y'all was coming telling me a lie. You knew it when you came out, you was coming out to tell me a lie. And do you know what they told my husband? Hey, just hurry up and tell her to bury him because it's going to be suicide. Woo, woo. And he looking at me like, he looked at them like, y'all trying to say he hung himself. When I asked my husband, I'm like, when I came back too, once my daughter came and said, Mama, well, my husband came and said, Helen, the police department out here want to talk to you and Portia about John. I said, I've been trying to visit John for a whole month. I said, John dead. They was like, don't say that. I say he is because I've been trying to see him for a whole month. And now y'all want to come out here and tell me y'all want to talk to me about him? So I knew John was dead. And my daughter, I told her I couldn't even move. I said, Portia, go out there and see what's going on. So she said, I was just too scared to go even see what they wanted. My daughter came back and she said, Mama, John dead. When I came back too, I asked my husband, I said, how they trying to say he died? They said he hung himself. I knew that was a lie. I knew that was just I knew, like you say, you know your baby. We know what our kids are doing 9 out of 10 what they won't do. So I know John did not take his own life.
That's right.
I knew that. So when before I called the coroner office, I said, you know what, Helen? You got to look between the lines and see what they really trying to say here, what they really hiding. So before I called the coroner office, I got my story together, what I'm going to say to them, and, because I know he didn't kill himself. So I'm like, okay, if they said that he had a fight with an inmate and then they threw him in the hole and hung himself, I said, okay, that means, and I've been trying to see him for a whole month. So I said, okay, I already know what it is. Y'all done beat my baby. And now y'all trying to blame me that he had a fight with an inmate and throw my baby in the hole. And beat him, and that's what you do. So when I called the coroner, when I first got on the phone, I said, y'all have my son? He said, what's his number? I gave him his number. He was like, ma'am, yes, we have him. I said, and y'all trying to say my baby killed himself? He said, well, that's what they said, that, he committed suicide. And I said, you know what? I know my son got scars on him. I know the sheriff done beat my baby to death in solitary confinement. I said, don't touch nothing on his body. Because I know that if they told me that he had a fight, that's why they're admitting that. Because they want me to, when I do see the scars on his body, I think that he done been in a fight. But all the time, they beat my baby to death. They bust John's liver. They bust John's kidney. They bust his pancreas. They bust a muscle in his back. They broke my baby cartilage on his nose. They hit John so hard in his head that they left 4 lines with a blood clot on his forehead. And I know people don't heard the term flashlight therapy. I done heard it from too many people. That's what they did to John. But see, when the 3 officers that got caught in that room in the cell with John,